weißes Glasl mit alten Freunden, ich geh allein nach Haus. In den Straßen, in den Gassen gehen langsam die Lichter aus. Ich sehe auf einmal den Mond gleich zweimal, das hat der Wein gemacht. Ich weiß, du wartest schon seit Stunden und liegst bestimmt noch wach.
Doch ich sag ganz lieb,
Herzilein, du musst nicht traurig sein. Ich weiß, du bist nicht gern allein und schuld war doch nur der Wein.
du sagst sicher,
Spazilein, ich werd dir noch einmal verzeihen. Die Hauptsache ist, du kommst heim, so kann nur ein Engel sein. Da ist schon der Bahnhof und das alte Wirtshaus, ich geh noch einmal rein. Ich glaub, ich könnt noch ein Glasl vertragen,
AG, ich lass es sein.
alles bewegt sich, der Kirchturm dreht sich, das hat der Wein gemacht. Ich weiß, du wartest schon seit Stunden und liegst bestimmt noch wach.
Doch ich sag ganz lieb,
Herzilein, du musst nicht traurig sein. Ich weiß, du bist nicht gern allein und schuld war doch nur der Wein.
und du sagst sicher,
Spazilein, ich werd dir noch einmal verzeihen. Die Hauptsache ist, du kommst heim, so kann nur ein Engel sein.
und schau mal, Herzilein, ihr könnt irgendwo an irgendeinem Zipfel der Welt sein. Oder sogar in der kleinen Kneipe unserer Straßen.
Wie du wie dei, heid aber heid wird's lustig sein. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, Madel häng dich bei mir rein. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, auf geht's Burmann, Ost vor drei. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, a Gaudi, das muss sein. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, heid aber heid wird's lustig sein. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, Madel häng dich bei mir rein. Schei wie du wie dei, auf geht's Burmann, Ost vor drei. Schei wie du wie dei, a Gaudi, das muss sein. Wenn die Musik spielt, da sind die Leute alle froh. Wenn die Musik spielt, von Hamburg bis nach Mexiko. Wenn die Musik spielt, ja dann geht keiner fort. Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort. Wenn die Musik spielt, ja dann geht keiner fort. Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort. Schei wie dei, wie du wie dei, heid aber heid wird's lustig sein. Schei wie du wie dei, Madel häng dich bei mir rein. Schei wie du wie dei, auf geht's Burmann, Ost vor drei. Schei wie du wie dei, a Gaudi, das muss sein. Wenn die Musik spielt, da sind die Leute alle froh. Wenn die Musik spielt, von Hamburg bis nach Mexiko. Wenn die Musik spielt, ja dann geht keiner fort. Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort. La 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 la. Wenn die Musik spielt, ja dann geht keiner fort. Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort. Wenn die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort.
What's happening, folks? The music is fire. Yeah. I thought that was pretty good. It's part of a group of German Volksmusik hits. So. Pretty good. That sounds like an approaching mouse. Yeah, that's like the mouse's theme song, basically. If you're wondering what that's called, it's called Shai Vidai Vidu. Here, I'll put the name in the chat. There you go. Shai Vidai Vidu. Do I speak German? A little bit. I don't speak a ton, though. I can read more than I can speak. Perfect German suffering music. Yeah. 20 unverge... What the fuck is that word? Unvergessliche? Unvergessliche? I don't know. 20 unvergessliche Volksmusik hits. Yeah, I think it's unvergessliche. Took me a few attempts to get that. Jesus Christ. Unvergessliche means unforgettable. Okay. So unforgettable people music hits. I'm assuming this is like beer hall stuff. Or just like social pop, I guess German pop music? Not really pop music. I don't think it really counts as pop music. Insert country here suffers. Miles, can you play Fallout New Vegas? I could, but like the question there becomes like how many people would be interested in actually watching that? So I am play the randomizer mod. It's been years since I actually finished a full playthrough of New Vegas. I really do need to get back on to doing something like that. I am not very good at New Vegas though. Takes me a lot of save scumming to get through it, just because I'm not very good at it. I think the last time I played, I did a full playthrough of New Vegas with all of its DLCs, was something like 7 or 8 years ago. Alright. Still waiting for the CNC General stream? Yeah, I do need to do that. I want to get Mike Goes Boom in on that, because I know Mike Goes Boom isn't normally really into strategy games, but he really liked Command & Conquer Generals. So I would love to get Mike Goes Boom into that. That'd be cool. Starting to play Total War Warhammer 2. It's been pretty enjoyable. Yeah. Just be careful. You will burn entire days worth of playtime in that game. It is addictive. Like, once you start finding factions that you really enjoy, you're just gonna play the fuck out of them. And I don't know if you're the type of person who likes to go and paint the whole map. I mean, I'm definitely not one of those people. I generally just play a faction until I've kind of gotten all the units that I want. Because for me, the fun part of Warhammer 2 is, like, the progression between starting out with, like, really, really weak and shitty units, all the way up to, like, your top-tier units, and then just dominating your main rivals. For me, personally, that's the fun part. Yeah, I mean, if enough people really, really want to see me play Fallout, then I'll do it, but, for now, I'm mostly just gonna stick to War Thunder. Alright, for whatever reason or another, I feel like playing my SU-100Y. I haven't played my SU-100Y in a long time, and I think I know why, but I haven't played my box tank in too long. Box tank deserves some love. This is actually not a bad map for the SU-100Y, actually. Take 5 more rounds of ammunition, I think. Which Fallout is your favorite? Mine is 3. From a writing and story perspective, definitely New Vegas. But from a gameplay perspective, I really like 4. Which means that I really can't wait for the Fallout 4 New Vegas mod to be complete. Because it's going to combine the best aspects of 4 and New Vegas. That being the combat of 4, and the writing and dialogue and story of New Vegas. So. What is my favorite vehicle? Definitely number 1 is the mouse. But a very, very close second, if not tied with it, is, oh, hang on. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? That should have fucking nailed him. I'm very disappointed. Oh god, it's Speed. Hey, Speed. How you been, man? It's been a while. Oh, come on, that should have hit him. I'm being texted. There we go, we finally got somebody. Okay. Number 2 is definitely the CV90 40 bill. Very, very close second is the CV90 40 bill. Just from a fun factor perspective, I really like that vehicle. It can spot. It's got a great 40mm Bofors with APM SDS, so you're a real danger to armored vehicles, especially later armored vehicles or MBTs from the flank. And even if you can't penetrate them from the front, you've got the build to top attack missiles, so you can shoot over cover and still hit people behind cover. It's pretty awesome. But because you don't have any armor, there's a lot of tension when you play it, and a lot of excitement when you play it. Because you can't afford to fuck up. And because you can spot stuff. Ow. I'm not quite sure where that came from, but I lost my engine. Is that coming from the front? No. It's coming from somewhere. Oh, it's gotta be the Tiger. Or not. No, it's not the Tiger. I don't know where I'm being shot from. want to say it's from over there, but I'm not sure. Ah! That's where he is. He's up on the ridge. So. Alright, now let's repair my gun barrel. After we slowly extricate ourselves from that. This is actually a pretty decent map for this vehicle. No wonder I wasn't taking that much damage, and I was getting easily penetrated from that range. It's a PVKV. Just crash and die. Thank you. Go on. Go on, get the gun down. Ah, fuck. Damn it! Firing a shell over there in frustration. Well, who says I'm gonna spend the next 3 hours playing only this vehicle? I just don't take, by the way, I don't take requests from the chat, for specific vehicles, just because if I did, I would be here all day. But I might play some Tiger 1 later. So. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I just haven't played my SU-100Y in years, so figured, you know what? Time to give it a go. I mean, so far we got 2 kills. It could be better, but that's not disastrous by any means. That's actually pretty decent. Oh, come on! Of course I hit the cannon barrel. God damn it! Oh, that was a perfect side shot, too. Well, somebody got the Panzer 470. That should have been my kill, though. If I had aimed just a little bit to the right, I just wasn't sure how much I needed to lead the target. I've been over-leading the target the whole time. Like, I've been hitting, but I haven't been hitting dead center. And this is just one of those guns that you just aim to center mass and you'll generally kill something. Wow, he was pretty desperate. Get that cap circle, man!
We're ahead of the enemy.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for scratching my fucking paint. I should get a crew member back.
Awesome!
Yeah, we pretty much wiped the floor with these guys. I should have gotten at least 3 kills, if not 4. Yeah, I should have gotten 4 kills this game. But thanks to my terrible shooting, I wasn't able to do that. Conquest is such a great game mode, yeah. It's such a great game mode that if one team captures the main objective, all you have to do is set up and wait for the enemy to drive out of their spawn before you kill them. Because they can only go towards one objective. They can only come in from one way. Easy. Best game mode. What did I complete? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm only missing a couple of only missing a couple of these. Operation Bagration. It occurs to me that if I if I complete this, and then if I complete this, I'll have completed the season's strike. That's actually within reach. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this, but... What the fuck is a battle pass? Haven't played War Thunder in ages. It's just it's like a free series of, like, stuff that you can earn by completing challenges or just logging in and playing the game. You have to buy it, but you can buy it for 2,000 Golden Eagles, and then there was, like, a slightly more expensive one, like 2,500 Golden Eagles, where you could, where you would get, like, plus 15 levels or something like that to start, to get you boosted. And you get a ton of rewards. You get boosters, you get lions, you get war bonds. Like, you get all sorts of you get like premium vehicles or rare vehicles like the Matilda Hedgehog. And the ultimate reward for this season was the T10A. Epic Games has become Gaijin Games. I don't know. It's actually a pretty good system what they've got here. You don't need to buy the battle pass, and you'll get rewards periodically. That's why it says free. It's like every other day or something like that. You'll get a new reward. But if you buy the battle pass, then you get. If you buy the battle pass, then you get reward. You can get a reward every single day or every time you level up. So it's a good system. I like it.
Shut up! Let's go and get fruitful.
It's another way for guys to earn revenue, but it actually rewards you for playing.
Sushi and hibachi from yesterday.
I'm still in a food coma from sushi and hibachi from yesterday. Well, Juggernauts, thank you for the 7 months of thank you for the 7 months of subbing. And hope you recover from that food coma. I know how that feels. But yeah, it's good shit. It's actually like a lot of people were concerned that it was going to be like really, really, well, bad, but it's actually turned out to be a pretty decent addition. I like it. I just need Warbonds to replenish my supply after Mike removed my 120 backup stockpile of RPT backups. Mod abuse is real? Yeah, I've got more backups than I know what to do with at this point. Although I can't buy any more. The fact that you can only buy a certain amount of these is bullshit to me. Because I would just buy fuckloads of universal backups. I'll say, like, the two biggest issues I have with the current Battle Pass implementation is the limited amount of universal backups that you can buy. Although that's not really the fault of the Battle Pass. That's more just an issue with the Warbond shop. And, what's it called? And the fact that these boosters that you earn will still expire. You've only got about 3 days to use them before they expire. The fact that you can't just, like, save these up for a gloomy day when you just need to, like, blow through, when you need to blow through a vehicle in order to get something else, is just horseshit to me. Like, if I bought this shit, like, if I spent money on this, I should be able to keep my boosters. I should not have to worry about them expiring on me. Like, I should be able to keep them for as long as I want until I spend them. Like, I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I really should bring this back up with them. Should say, hey, for the next season of the Battle Pass, make it so that the boosters we earn from that don't expire. Especially if you buy the Battle Pass. If you buy the Battle Pass, all of the boosters you get in there will not expire. Because I would love for the ability to be able to, with the Battle Pass, to be able to, like, build up a supply of boosters that I could just kind of keep in reserve. And then if I need to, like, blow through a vehicle, or I need to just get through something really, really quickly, I have got a reserve of those things in that I can just use to bump my progress along. My thoughts on the rumored South African tech tree? I don't know what to think yet, to be honest. Like, cool, more content. Definitely, but I'm curious as to how they're going to implement it. What I suspect they're going to do is they are going to start introducing minor nations into the game that will unlock kind of like helicopters will. Which is something that I've been suggesting to them for a while now. Because there are plenty of nations out there that have very, very interesting vehicles, but they don't have enough vehicles for a full tech tree. And guys, you could totally implement them. I think something like that would be really cool. For implementing as minor tech trees that will sort of like split off from the main tech trees. Like, let's say you need to get to Britain Tier 4. And from Britain Tier 4 onwards, oh wow, okay. From Britain Tier 4 onwards, you unlock that tech tree. As a separate thing that you can research. Well, that could have gone better.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Well, I mean, again, I know that we know that they're bringing in South African vehicles, but we don't know where they're coming into the game. They could be coming into the British tech tree. They could be coming into their own tech tree. Like, it'd be cool if they were in their own tech tree in like a sort of minor role, kind of like helicopters. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I do not want to be stuck in a gun duel at long range with a Tiger. I could probably win it, but all he has to do is hit me. When, I'd be much better off. Okay, cool, they got the Panther D. Although I think the Panther that killed me was a Panther A? There's a Stuka.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Not so much worried about the Stuka as I am the Tiger. That was a 410. How am I gonna get around here? I guess my best bet, without crossing too much open ground, is to go into the town and then flank around from there. Sometimes, kids, the long way around is the best way around. See, he doesn't know I'm here. Well, he definitely does now. That was a terrible shot.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Oh, come on. Damn it. Well, that's not good. Really not much I can do about that. That was the risk of coming over this way. That one of the other guys would just come up out of their flank. Wait, which shell is better on this? This shell. Okay. Will I be updating my unicorn reviews? Yes, but as I get to certain subscriber counts. I put out a community post a while back, and on my most recent unicorn review, that if I get to 50k subscribers, I will update my mouse review. Channel traffic has been pretty slow, mostly because I haven't been uploading very much, and mostly because I've been lazy about uploading. Just don't really feel like uploading as opposed to streaming. And so I'm trying to boost channel growth a little bit by encouraging people to subscribe. Oh god. Fuck uploading, am I right? Yeah. The problem with uploading on YouTube these days is it's a heck of a lot of work for often very, very little benefit. Like, it's your earnings are just all over the damn place. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, he's not going for me.
Our victory is near.
doesn't even upload shitty videos for us. Hashtag unsub. Yeah, YouTube has proven time and time and again to just not be worth the hassle.
Attention to the map.
It's like sometimes I will put like next to no fucking effort into a video and just like shove it out the door. And it'll get like 50, 60, 70,000 views. And then I'll spend a lot of time and effort editing something together and making it look really nice with like with my unicorn reviews. 20,000 views.
Attention to the map.
I'm totally at the mercy of the YouTube algorithm, and I'm kind of sick of it. It's like, well, fuck you too, YouTube. Yeah, like the way too much German video, like you just shit post, and you get millions and millions and millions of views, or you get hundreds of thousands of views or something. And then you put something together that you pour your heart and soul into, and you get fuck all. So why should I bother to put in the effort on YouTube when I can just go on, press a button and start streaming? And not only do I get to interact with you guys on a more personal level. Uh-oh. You see me. Oh, no. God dang it!
Just keep it up.
Really? Wow, that was a snapshot in a fucking half. If there ever was one. Well, I'm fucking dead. That was fucking bullshit the way he snapshotted me like that. Keep moving. I don't know why he's taking so long. Fuck you. Eat it. Oh, there's a guy behind me. Oh shit. I still don't have a turret.
Defend the A point.
Oh, ball sack. No. Ah, damn it. Oh, same guy. Well, that was a shit game. Yeah, that guy... The fact that that guy managed to fucking, like, snapshot me like that was just bullshit. But I love the fact that I managed to bullshit him back by going through his side armor. Is hacking / cheating rare in this game? Because I've never seen any hackers / cheaters in this game. Some people will claim that it's like rife and common. I don't think it is. And even if it does prove to be pretty common, like, I haven't found it to be an issue. Like, I haven't found it to hinder my performance all that much. Most of the time that I die, it's because I'm either out of position, or I get shot from somewhere that I didn't expect to get shot from, or that I was busy dealing with somebody else and I got shot in the back, or something like that. Like, just with that last life there, I was trying to focus on dealing with the flak bus without a turret, and the Panzer 470 got an easy shot on me. Most of my kills usually result from engaging people who don't know I'm there. And that's really the best case scenario. Engaging targets that don't know you're there and just picking them off one at a time with one-shot kills. That's where usually I get most of my kills. Not from engaging in a fair fight gunnery duel. Because fair fights are for suckers. Seriously, fair fights are for suckers. You want to stack things, you want to stack as many things in your favor as possible before you begin an engagement. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a situation where the enemy has the advantage in really any way, shape, or form, and can start their engagement whenever they want to. So that's really the fundamental basis of War Thunder, and that's what separates great players from good players from bad players. Great players will stack the odds in their favor as heavily as possible.
Shut up, bless God, and get
and start
fruitful.
the engagements on their terms.
I am now sub for more months than my age.
Anna Marco, thanks for the 29 months of Prime, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, fair fights suck. That's why I give every possible advantage to my enemy. Yeah, it's true, Speed. If you even made it a fair fight, they just fucking die every time. Every time. But as far as like cheaters go, honestly, I rarely encounter it. I very rarely encounter it. Or if I do, usually the reason why I'm picked off is not because the guy is cheating, but because I was out of position. Like there are very few occasions where I will get like singled out and destroyed by an aimbotter who's just clearly aimbotting by shooting through like all
Hi
sorts
for
of
the
forests
Prime
and
sub
trees.
reminder, hon.
Hey, Speed, thanks for the Prime. 7 months of Prime, man. Thank you for the Prime sub reminder. No problem. What is my favorite minor nation? Gotta be Sweden. By far. Sweden is by far my favorite minor nation. They've just got so many interesting top-tier vehicles. And their tier 4 and even their low-tier vehicles are very cool. They've got like insane gun depression across the board, which makes them very, very useful in a lot of terrain that most nations would just flat out not be able to achieve. Yeah, they're just weird, quirky, and fun. That's why I love them. Bork MMA. Yeah. Post World War II Sable rounds is a bit weird. Sure, but it does give the low tier Swedes an edge. It does, and it means that you can bring a substantial amount of your low tier vehicles into a higher tier without them being totally irrelevant. Like you can engage Shermans with reserve tanks, which nobody else can do that. At least across the board. And that's pretty awesome. Having access to these Sabo rounds really does make the low tier Swedes. Because, by the way, I got through tier 1 and most of the way into tier 2, maybe into tier 3, before they went back and added these Sabo rounds to all of the Swedes. To all of the 37mm armed Swedish vehicles. So, yeah, this Sabo round wasn't there when I played through it because it was for the first few days they didn't have them. I played them through on hard mode, and even then they were not too bad. Of course, I did have the Sav to help me out, and this thing is, in my personal opinion, the Sav 2012-48 is probably one of the most fun vehicles in the game. It's definitely within my top 5. Just for, like, sheer fun factor. But what do you give up for, like, that incredible firepower and gun depression? Well, you tend to give up mobility. Your vehicles don't tend to be particularly fast. The Sav is sort of the exception to that, but it doesn't have a turret. Same with the IKV-72. And by the way, they're both open-topped, which is a problem. Most importantly, you give up SPAA. Your SPAA for the Swedes is garbage. Like, this thing is not great. This thing is garbage. This thing is worthless.
You helped me greatly with
this
both
thing is actually
YT
pretty good.
advice and with a few shoutouts.
Hey, Steelwolf, thanks
This
for
will
10
help
bucks.
with your bills. 07.
Appreciate it, man. But yeah, the this thing as an SPAA is pretty worthless. This thing as an SPAA is utterly worthless. This thing is even more worthless. This thing deceives you by telling you, oh, it's an armored vehicle. But if you look at the turret traverse speed and you look at the rate of fire, these two vehicles are virtually exactly the same. The only difference is that this one will go off-road a little bit better. They're horrible. these two vehicles. Some of the worst in the game for anti-aircraft purposes. LVKV-42 is really good. The problem with the LVKV is that it doesn't have enough ammo. Like, you've only got about, I think it's like 12 magazines on board or something like that. Like, you really don't have a ton of ammunition for this vehicle, despite the fact that it's got the post-war Bofors gun and a actually decent turret rotation speed. But yeah, the L62 Anti-2 and the and whatever the fuck this thing is are just utterly hopelessly bad. They're horrifically bad. And none of their, like, with the exception of their tank destroyers, like, once you get past the Lago, it's really not until you get to the Delat Torn and the PVKV that you start getting some, like, really, really powerful anti-tank guns. Like, the M42 is pretty terrible as far as AT weapon. Like, it's just, this thing is worse than the Sherman in every single way. It's worse than the T-34, worse than the Panzer III, worse than the Panzer IV. It's not good at all. Only thing it has going for it is its gun depression. Like, this is just not a good vehicle at all. And the premium IKV-73, which is the same, basically the same tank, but without the whole machine guns, is just as bad. So, like, the thing that the Swedes really bring to the table is really high penetration, really good gun depression. And that's mostly it. You don't get great armor, you don't get great mobility, but you do get firepower. And it's really not until you get to Tier 4 with the IKV-91 and the STR-V81 that you actually get a pretty conventional tank. Up until that point, pretty much everything is a glass cannon. Which, if you're the type of person who likes to do recon by armor, as in you let your armor save you by taking the first hit, you're probably not going to like the Swedes very much, because that's really not their thing. But honestly, like, the Swedes are by far some of the most fun in the game, or some of the most fun vehicles in the game. The biggest, I would say the biggest letdown of the Swedish tech tree, though, is by far the S-tanks. The hull aiming on the S-tanks is just utterly broken. It's really bad. They're virtually unplayable in their current state, and you're gonna need them to get into. You need to research them in order to get into Tier 6 easily. Yeah, especially if you don't have the premium version. If you're looking at buying the STRV-1030, don't buy it, save a little bit more money, and buy the CV90-105. I guarantee you this was going to be not only a better purchase in terms of a vehicle, but a better purchase in terms of a premium. Because with this, you can research Tier 7 all the way down to Tier 1 with no penalties. Whereas this will not research Tier 7, and it's a worse vehicle. So yeah. Swedes are by far my favorite minor nation. I think a close second behind them is probably either Italy or France. I also really quite like China Tier 6. Like, once you get into Tier 5 and Tier 6, where they're actually got some unique vehicles. China's got some good stuff. Oh. Hold on a moment, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. Hold on. Yeah? Hey, sorry about that, guys. My mother was having some issues bringing in something, and I needed to help her out with it. Sorry. Anyways, what was I saying? I really like the Chinese tier 5 and 6. They've got some pretty unique stuff in here. The CM25 is cool, just because it's got TOW-2Bs, which are also top attack TOW missiles. Because if you look at the penetration, it actually goes down. But the difference is that this missile will fly over the top of an enemy vehicle, and then fire a tandem warhead down into the top of it, or not a tandem warhead, but it'll fire 2 warheads down into the top of a vehicle. So that's pretty awesome. And the PTZ-89 is awesome because you get a 120mm gun at 8.7. This is basically the this is basically what would happen if the Object 120 was actually fucking good. If the Object 120 was not totally shit, this is what you would get. Is it better than the CV90 Bill thing? It works exactly the same as the Bill thing. Like, I think the Bill actually has more penetration. Yeah. The Bill has more penetration, and it's on a better chassis. This chassis has thermal sights for both the gunner and the commander, and you get a 40mm Bofors with APFSDS and proxy fuse rounds. So you're dangerous to low-flying aircraft, you're dangerous to heavy main battle tanks, you're dangerous to light tanks or light armored vehicles. You're decently fast. Not crazy fast, but decently fast. You can spot. Like, you're maneuverable. You're not crazy tall. Like, this thing just has a lot going for it. So, let's see here. I do need to keep researching my Type 69. What's my opinion on the new BR changes? The one that they implemented a couple weeks ago? Some of them were good, and quite a lot of them were pretty bad. There's really not much more to say. Like, some of the ARRB changes were pretty nonsensical, but I don't play ARRB. Haven't really played ARRB seriously for years. Tech said a CC council is pointless and idiotic. He also called out some of the other CCs like Spookston for telling people about the autocannon bug. I mean, it turned out that the autocannon bug was just an audio bug, and it doesn't actually upgrade your rate of fire. So I think Spookston definitely jumped the gun there. As far as a CC council, I have never heard anybody suggest that on the CC Discord. Nobody has said a word about such a thing. So I have no idea where he's getting this idea from, outside of the community saying it. Because War Thunder tried a player council years and years ago. And the reason you probably haven't heard about it is because it didn't fucking work. They tried to put together a group of players that would interact directly with the developers, and the simple fact of the matter is that they didn't do any better of a job at making the developers communicate than anybody else would have. As far as a CC council, why would we need such a thing? That's my question. Like, how would such a thing change the current situation? Because whatever we already have feedback and bug reporting channels, like dedicated bug and feedback reporting channels on the content creator Discord. We already have that. Like, we don't need another higher group of CCs to like try and get the message across, because most of our feedback that we give is passed on. The simple fact of the matter is that a lot of people don't seem to realize that, for us, like, Gaijin does take in a lot of our feedback. The difference is that they don't tend to act upon it. Or if they do, then it's usually in some weird way. Like, for whatever reason, Gaijin seems to have this attitude of, we are always right, or we can't do specifically what the players want us to do. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers this back in the day, but long before we got the ability to replenish crew members, there was like, our current implementation of crew members went through several iterations. They were going to have a at first they said, no, that's not possible, we don't want to do that. But people kept asking for it. And so they said, okay, fine, we'll give you a health kit. Or something like that. And we'll make it a researchable modification or something. People are like, no, that's not what we want. We just want the ability to replenish a crew member at a cap circle. They're like, okay, fine, we'll do another thing here. And people are like, no, that's not what we want. It took them like 3 or 4 variations before they finally relented and just gave us what we were asking for from the beginning. So I failed to see how a CC council would change that. So in that case, Tech is right. Like, it wouldn't change a damn thing. It really wouldn't, because the issue isn't with the CCs or even the initial staff that we interact with. The issue is with the developers refusing to act upon our feedback. That's the main problem. They seem to be just totally either incapable or totally unwilling to take players' feedback into account before their own solutions. And when they say that, well, when we have the bigger picture, we have all of the statistics, they refuse to show us said statistics or how they're collected. So it makes it forms a community of distrust between the players and the developers, and the developers have nobody to blame but their own selves for making the community as toxic as it is towards them. Because you will be surprised how much a trusting community was willing to let a developer get away with something if they feel that they can trust the developers, and the developers are communicating with the community and actually, like, you know, if you can get your community on your side, they'll stick it out with you. Like, if you make a bad decision, they'll say, hey, this is a bad decision. But if you say, all right, I made a mistake, let's fix it, here are some solutions, then the community is more than willing to work with you. Like, yeah, there's always going to be some bad apples, but there's one in every crowd, so it's like, it's just par with the course. But Gaijin has nobody to blame but themselves for the amount of bullshit that they have pulled and refused to act upon, or just absolutely refusing to directly interact with the community and gain their trust in a way that they should be. Where the fuck is this guy? Seriously. I honestly have no idea where this guy is. Man, I am playing like garbage. It's the same dude. Honestly, that feels kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't playing great there. Like, I was showing my my ass to, on the side, so I was giving him an easy side shot, but at the same time, I don't know, man.
The enemy is winning.
Killed 3 people.
Attention to the map. Mercy.
Probably just getting lucky, and the fact that I'm not really a huge fan of this map.
Attention to the designated grid square.
I'm also just playing like garbage, so that's probably part of it. Like, I was looking in that guy's direction. Could not see him. That being said, my ass was sticking out, and that's a pretty big thermal signature. So it's possible he was just seeing the white of the thermal signature and he just aimed slightly to the right. I would have done the same thing. Only it's so terrible in arcade. This map isn't great. It's not a horrible map, but there are far better ones.
The enemy has captured most of the strategic zones.
Yeah, no fucking shit. Okay, BMP3. This is not Corellia. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably only saying that because I'm frustrated with my poor performance so far this game. Actually, I haven't had a particularly great performance at all today. Big sad. You need milk. I need a Snickers, that's what I need. It doesn't help that I am actually hungry right now. White Rock is awful? It depends on the tier. Like tier 1, tier 2, or whatever, yeah, it's fine. Tier 5, 6, 7, yeah, no. Fuck that map. Nope, hello. Come back around, motherfucker. Bruh. Really? Whoever this asshole is, she's shooting directly into my spawn. What the hell is that even firing at me? Some sort of IFV, I think. Possibly a warrior? Oh, come on. That was an HSTVL. No fucking wonder he had such a tiny profile. Well, that was a terrible game. I died 3 times and did absolutely nothing. That was horrible. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's supposed to low tier Germany. I was looking at playing this before, and because, especially now that the Stug 3F is 3.3, I haven't played my Stug 3F in a long time just because it's been way over tiered. Imagine won't even make a fucking roadmap of what they're working on. I don't understand why they never tell us what they are working on. They're actually telling us what they're working on. Well, I think their issue is that they don't want to promise something that they can't deliver on, which I can totally understand. But they do tend to treat their development process like they're still living under the Soviet bloc. Like they treat their development process as if they're going to go to Gulag if they talk about it. And I don't understand why they have that attitude. It also doesn't help that they still haven't established any sort of community test environment. So like a special test server where they can try out new ideas and so on before they implement them and, like, you know, actually test them. And here's the thing, it would be really easy for them to do such a thing. And incentivize people to do it, or to join it, by giving people Golden Eagles for participating. Like, free Golden Eagles for participating in a test. Like, that sounds like a pretty done deal to me, personally. But, I don't know, maybe it's just the way that they have their development process set up that would make such a thing impossible, or very difficult. If so, I think they really need to revamp their development process in order to integrate something like that. Used to release planned tech trees. Any deviation or changes to the proposed trees, even when clearly expressed they were only proposals, led to a negative reaction. I remember that. They would say, like, here's what we plan to do in the future. But I think the issue there was that they were releasing roadmaps of things that they weren't sure if they were going to be able to deliver them on. That's their issue. Like, if they're saying, like, here is what we're thinking of or no, not even so much that. Like, here's what we're going to do in the future. Here's, like, give us some feedback on it, or something like that. And then maybe they can be more flexible about it? I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. It always is. But again, Gaijin has nobody to blame but themselves for encouraging such poor behavior from their community. Okay. Oh, come on. First of all, where the fuck did that first shell go? And second of all, that clearly hit him! What the fuck? Game, please! Man, it just really isn't my day, is it? I've been playing like garbage today. Fuck's sake, man. I'm playing terrible. Yeah, that's the other thing that is beyond annoying, is that Guy Jiggles still hasn't done anything about their servers. Like, from what I've been told by Smin, it's not as simple as just fixing, it's not as simple as just like changing out some hardware or something like that. It's a global issue because of COVID, because of COVID pushing everybody to stay at home. Their servers have been hit with much greater loads. They say that they plan to have some longer-term solutions in the future, like in the near future, but there's no guarantee there that it's going to get better. Which is fucking frustrating, because War Thunder used to be rock solid. Like, I do remember the days when getting any sort of packet loss was actually extremely rare. Like, normally if you had any sort of packet loss, it was because you had bad internet. And it wasn't the game's fault. But these days, it's just inexcusably bad. Really? The very first shell takes out my fucking cannon barrel. Come on, man. There is nothing I can do about this. Fuck, man! Of course the first shell takes out my fucking cannon barrel. God damn it. Is it just gonna be one of those days where I just, no matter what I fucking play, I always just die a horrible burning death? US servers are so overloaded, US servers get routed to the Amazon servers in Ireland, so you'll have US lag, then lag added from that long distance network traveling. Wonderful. Well, I hope they can figure something out, because here's the thing. I don't think this server situation is going to get any better anytime soon.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
But yeah, having a minimum of about 100 ping or 90 ping, no matter which server I'm on, has definitely not helped things. Especially in the US, because I'm on the west coast of the US. I am the farthest away from those rerouted servers that I pretty much can be, outside of Alaska. Actually, Alaska would probably get better service playing on Russian servers. But yeah, again, I remember back when... Oh, hello. Well, I couldn't save the toss A, but... I at least killed something. I'm doing things! But yeah, I think this pandemic is going to push the world in general. Even after the pandemic is over, there is going to be significantly more internet load than there was previously. Just simple fact of the matter is that a lot more people are going to be used to staying inside, and a lot more people are going to be working from home. Like, I know, for example, my mother, she's a claims specialist for an insurance company that that works with doctors who are being sued. There we go. She works as a claims specialist for this company. And after the pandemic is over, and even once they can go back to their offices, they have been told that they are mostly going to work from home from now on. So for the remainder of her professional career, as long as she stays in that sort of position, she's just going to work from home. Like, almost entirely. What is it like to be a CC? It's horrible, man. Worst thing ever. Never don't do it. No, just kidding. It's an interesting position to be in, that's for sure. And I'm very blessed to be in the position that I am in.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
It's weird thinking to myself that a bunch of people watch me play video games and get a kick out of it. It's definitely nice. It definitely has some nice perks. Like, you get direct support and access to Gaijin. As in you'll get support in the sense of, like, you can ask for vehicles to be added to your account. You can ask for golden eagles, like some golden eagles, to be added to your account. Now, granted, depending on how big you are as a CC, you get more and more rewards. Or you get more and more stuff that can be allocated to you. If you're a very, very small CC, and by the way, you don't need to be that large in order to get into the CC program. If you're a very, very small CC, then you can only request a couple of things. And you can only request, like, I think it's like 5,000 a month or something like that, maybe even less. Like, you really don't get a lot. But you can ask to rent any vehicle you want. And when you get a rental, you get it for 30 days. But all of that stuff there is to help you make content, or to help you show off new vehicles while you're streaming or something like that. If you're just asking for stuff to just keep stuff, they'll notice that pretty quickly, and you won't get much stuff. Like, it's all there to help you make content. So when a lot of people say, like, oh, the CCs get all their stuff for free, man, they don't play the game, they don't truly grind. It's like, well, the difference is that instead of putting that same amount of time into the game for grinding, we put that same amount of time into video editing and content creation. So we're not getting off easy, we're just redirecting our efforts somewhere else. And that's a pretty common misconception that a lot of people have. That CCs have it easy and they're out of touch with the game. And it's like, well, some may be out of touch. I don't think they're out of touch with the game because they don't grind it all the time. It's simply because they put their efforts in somewhere else. Yeah, feed the snake. Even the Gaijin staff have to earn their stuff. Yeah. And again, like, you only get a limited amount of things that you can ask for. You don't get unlimited access to everything. Like, and there are certain things that CCs can't even ask for. Like, for example, I can't request to have the I can request to have the E100 permanently added to my account. They're just gonna say no. or like super rare vehicles and so on. Like an IS-7 or something like that. I can ask for a rental of the IS-7 and get it temporarily, but I can't keep it. That's why they never playtest their game. Oh, that's not true. They do. A lot of the Gaijin staff do play their game, but they don't have the time to play it anywhere near as much as the players do. They've got to develop it. They got to work on it, man. Like, they don't have, a lot of War Thunder staff don't have 6 to 10 hours a day to play their own game. Like the rest, like some of us do. So it's like, yeah, content creators do get some free stuff, but they have a limited amount of it per month. They can't request every vehicle in the game. They get a limited amount of it per month. They have to be careful about what they ask for, because if you ask for something, it's kind of assumed you're going to make content for it. And on top of that, like, if you fail to make content for the game at all, Gaijin stops giving stuff to you. Period. Like, that's the way it works. Like, if you don't make any content for a whole month, then you can, like 1 to 3 months or something like that, you can go into an inactive state. And then you can always come back if you start making content for the game again. You can start requesting stuff again, but until then, like, you got to keep making content. Otherwise, they're just not going to give you free. They're not going to give you free stuff for free stuff. Well, Fly can get pretty much whatever he wants because he's got 1 million subscribers and he uploads every freaking day. Like, he's got a huge community. So, Fly can get away with free stuff. But the guy works hard for what he does. Like, anybody who says that Fly has it easy, I mean, compared to the rest of the player base, his challenges are just different. It's not that his challenges are easier. He still has to play the game like the rest of us to make his content. He doesn't have... He hasn't, like, hired somebody to go out or, like, have his community go out and make the content for him. He goes out and he plays the game on a daily basis to upload and edit. Also, the guy is a morning guy, so I don't understand how that's possible either. I mean, the guy uploads every fucking day. And often he'll do multiple vehicles multiple videos in a day, so that way he's got a few days off. So anybody who says that CCs are out of touch and are the worst because they get free stuff hasn't the faintest fucking clue how content creation actually works. Now, granted, it's very fun. And, by the way, I would not become a CC if I either didn't think I knew what I was talking about, or if I didn't think or if I thought I wasn't going to be playing the game on a regular basis. Like, if you think you're going to be playing War Thunder, like, off and on, or if you don't want to play the War Thunder all the time, don't become a CC. Seriously. Don't. I'm telling you right now, don't. It's a lot of work for often not very much in return, and only a very, very small amount of people ever actually create a community large enough to support themselves on it.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Well, I can't make money if he talks bad about the Snail God? That's not true at all. That's also not true. People think that because we get free stuff from Gaijin that we're not allowed to say things. Actually, Gaijin has a very good rule, and this is credit where credit is due. Gaijin has a very strict rule.
Attention to the map.
That they are not allowed to tell us what we can say and what we cannot say. The only exception being NDA stuff. Like, if we get like early access to something and they don't want us to talk about it until it's officially announced, like, all right, yeah. But we can say whatever we want about Gaijin. I can say fuck Gaijin, they can burn in hell. And I'm not going to get kicked out of the CC program for that. Now, if you're being, like, racist and, like, clearly a bad apple, or if you're being, like, really, really underhanded and, trying to boost your view counts by, like, botting or something like that, which one Russian CC apparently was removed for that. Like, yeah, you'll get kicked out, but you can say whatever you want about Gaijin and you won't get kicked out of the program.
We're ahead of the enemy.
And, again, credit where credit is due. They didn't have to do that. They could be like Wargaming and be like, oh, well, we're not going to give you access to anything unless you do a favorable review about it or something like that. They just keep coming!
Attention to the map.
They just keep coming!
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Well, that was 3 kills in quick succession. Well, they're better in Wargaming in some ways, and they're worse in others. I will say that Wargaming definitely treats their CCs that follow their rules, like, really well. Like, way better than than Gaijin does. Like as far as rewards, I'm talking here. Like flying them out to Moscow or something like that for a content creator Gaijin conference. When I went out to Gamescom a couple years ago, I had to pay for my way to get there. Now, granted, I was helped immensely by you guys, mostly Fire granted, but I'm trying to give you guys credit where credit is due.
Attention to the designated grid
But I had to pay my way to get to Cologne. Now, once I got there, once I told them I was going to be there, they did give me a ticket to Gamescom, and they put me up in a really nice hotel, along with all the other CCs. Like, actually, a pretty nice hotel. But we definitely don't get as many travel benefits or major rewards as some of the CCs do, or as some of the wargaming CCs do. Wargaming does more charity work for museums now. They do, and a lot of that comes down to the fact that Wargaming is like the sixth or eighth biggest gaming company in the world. Like, they are huge. Wargaming is up there in terms of size with Blizzard. A lot of people don't seem to realize that. Whereas Gaijin, by comparison, is tiny. I mean, Wargaming has two extremely successful franchises, World of Tanks and World of Warships. I would say World of Warplanes, but we don't talk about World of Warplanes. Oh, come on. Hello? Are you fucking kidding me? That should have hit him dead fucking center. Fuck you too, plane. By the way, guys, I actually downloaded World of Warplanes the other day to play it, just to, like, see what was going on with it. Wait, what?
Zone captured.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's fine, whatever. Just to see, like, if it was still as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, it's still that bad. It's not even on the same level. World of Warplanes is on the same level to War Thunder as War Thunder's naval is to World of Warships. It's just not even a contest. Yeah, I mean, when I was playing World of War, or I was trying out World of Warplanes the other day, I remember I sat behind a bomber and just peppered the fuck out of him with machine guns until my machine guns overheated, which was a solid 10 seconds of holding down the fire button, and all of my rounds were hitting, by the way, or most of my rounds were hitting, by the way. But because he had a health bar, he just flew away. And I only drained about a quarter of his health.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Whereas if I had done the same thing in War Thunder, I would have fucking annihilated that guy. Like, you let an I-15 sit behind you in a bomber in War Thunder, and he'll rip you to shreds. More of a MOBA than a pure dogfighting game? Yeah, I noticed that too. But I feel like it totally misses the point of air combat, and it made me realize how much I appreciated War Thunder's more realistic damage models. Now, granted, I do think that they implemented bombers a lot better in World of Warplanes, as in giving them better targets to bomb, like more bases and various targets to actually participate with. War Thunder has sort of done that, but not anywhere near to the same extent. And as you go higher and higher into War Thunder, bombers just disappear more and more. Because bombers in War Thunder have always either been too dominant or completely worthless. Like, there really hasn't been much of an in-between with them.
And victory will be ours.
Attention to the map.
Commonwealth designs like the Skink, CAC-15. Top two would include Charlie 2, Leo 2, and Abrams. What I think they're going to do with... I said this earlier, but I think what they're going to do with... oh, hi. I think what they're going to do with South Africa is they're going to have them, like... They're going to have, like, certain tech trees that unlock as you reach certain tiers. Or certain nationality tech trees. Sort of like the way helicopters are unlocked. When you reach tier 5 in a nation, it unlocks helicopters for you. For that specific nation. Maybe like once you get to British tier 5, you unlock... once you get a tier 5 vehicle, you unlock the ability to play South Africa.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
I think I may have pissed him off. I just have a sneaking suspicion. Okay, here's actually a question that I have for Gaijin. How did they determine what hulks stay on the battlefield and what doesn't? Because there's a whole shit ton of them over here.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours. Attention to the map.
They all stay, well, should. The ones that vanish are 90% hull broken. Wait, so I managed to hull break a Stuart with a 20 mil? Or with a 15mm machine gun? What? Okay. Early recap with a 17-pounder would be very fun. Which led to my immediate demise. This was a bit janky. Yeah, it's not entirely clear as to which vehicles stay on the battlefield and which don't. I hear a plane. Gotta stay alive. He brought max ammo, so he popped like a Soviet firework, or like a Soviet firework. Okay. I didn't remember doing that. I thought it just killed the crew, but whatever works. Does this thing have... Oh, it does. Okay. I've just been loading the HE belts. Alrighty. Oh, whoops. War Thunder's getting worse, and I only play it to pay respects to the glorious game it once was. But now it's just a hollow shell. In some ways, you definitely have a point. easy to say that, oh, things were way better back in the day, but no, they weren't. They just had different challenges. I mean, I remember early tanks. Early tanks was janky as hell. Like, trying to cross a trench was an exercise in well, you were taking your life into your own hands, because there was every possibility you could phase through the trench. War Thunder top tier, way back in the day, was horrible. Just utterly terrible. Just utterly terrible. Like, think of this for a moment. People who don't know. There's only 2 ground forces nations in the game. Germany and Russia. Top tier only goes up to tier 5. Russia has IS-4M, IS-3, and the T-54 Mod 1951. What do the Germans get? Well, they got a Tiger II 105, a Tiger II with a 105mm gun, a Jagdtiger, and by the way, the Tiger II 105 was worse than the version we have now, because you had an APCBC round, or you had an APC round. No, it was an APHE round with worse penetration than the Tiger II at 6.7 to start stock, and then you upgraded to a shell that was only marginally better. It had terrible turret traverse speed. It didn't have the improved engine, so it was even slower. For medium tanks, you had Panther II and the Panther F. And for tank destroyers, you had the Jagdtiger. It was that versus IS-4s, IS-3s, and T-54 Mod 1951s. The Mouse wasn't in the game yet, and the Leopard was certainly not in the game yet. Oh, and the ZSU-57-2 was also on the Russian side. That was also very popular. It was horrible. It was really, really bad. And I think top tier went up to 8.0. Think of trying to fight T-54 Mod 1951s, IS-3s, and IS-4s in a Panther F. Like, imagine being there in a Panther fucking F. Trying to fight those vehicles. Because, by the way, when Ground Forces released, the Panther F was like a 7.3. Oh yeah, APCR was also useful as well because it didn't have its horrific sloped armor modifiers back then. Although, what that encouraged people to do for a long time was just load nothing but APCR. Because it had the highest penetration. Even though it had the worst damage. Or even though it had the worst damage compared to APHE, everybody loaded APCR because you could fire it at sloped armor or flat armor and it would penetrate anything you shot it at. Oh yeah, early tanks also didn't interact with the ground very well, so they just slipped and slid all over the damn place. DC-57 was able to pen the Tiger II frontally, and Mags was really mad about it. I don't remember that. Yeah, APCR was actually the best shell in the game for a while. Before they nerfed it into the ground. Which, back then, was a good thing. Because it encouraged people to use shells other than APCR. It encouraged people to actually use AP rounds. Which was good. 1,000+ meters back then? I don't remember its penetration back then. But I do remember it was utter cancer. To the point where they increased the ZSU-57 was dominant until they, as like one of the best tanks in Russian top tier, until they increased its spawn cost to a medium tank. I remember Orange Doom back in the day being like really salty about that, or something along those lines. Orange Doom was one of those YouTubers that, as a non-content creator, I looked up to him. But as soon as I became a content creator, I found that I completely disagreed with him on almost every account. The difference is that unlike some of the content creators I know these days, Orange Doom may not have had ideas that I agreed with, but he at least had the skill to back it up.
Shut up, bless God, and get fruitful.
Hey, Cyberofficial, thanks for the sub. Yeah, Orange Doom at least had the skill to back it up. But if it was up to Orange Doom, he likely would have turned War Thunder into a giant tournament match. Because he was really, really, really into the competitive gameplay side of War Thunder. And I tend to be the total opposite. I'm a total casual. I'm a filthy fucking casual when it comes to games like this. Like I try not to take the games too damn seriously.
No, God, please, no!
Whatever happened to Orange Doom anyways? He stopped making War Thunder because he was tired of it. He started doing cooking. And I think now he does like mountain biking or something like that for his channel. Like he's done really well for himself. Credit where credit is due to Orange Doom. He's done really, really well for himself. And by the way, I don't hate Orange Doom. I disagreed with a lot of his ideas for War Thunder, but that doesn't mean I hated the guy. Like I don't wish that Orange Doom fell in a hole and died or anything. So I need you to crash the next match so I can make my channel points back. Well, we'll see what happens. I actually respect Orange more now than I did back then. I do too, and I think most of that has come down to the fact that a lot of the newer CCs that we've gotten, I'm not going to name any names because I'm not here to cause controversy, but some of the CCs that I know, and other CCs who happen to be in the chat right now will probably know who I'm talking about, seem to be only interested in turning the game into a CSGO match for no other reason than they suck at shooting. You think guys will have a War Thunder Switch port? Probably not. I mean, they might for just extra revenue, but I doubt it. War Thunder is complex enough that I don't think you can get away with just playing it on a Switch. There's enough going on in War Thunder that, yeah, trying to do all that stuff on a Switch is going to be a problem. Look, like I said, I'm not going to name any names. Because I'm not here to cause controversy. But there are some CCs that have the complete wrong idea about where this game needs to go. And a vast majority of them are nowhere near as fucking good as Orange Doom was. As much as I disliked Orange Doom, he at least had the skill to back up his points. Nowadays, not so much. Not Orange Doom, but nowadays, a lot of the CCs, not so much. So... Oh yeah, I know at least a couple of people who play War Thunder, who have played War Thunder and do play War Thunder on their phones via the Steam mobile play thing. I remember back in the day they also made a version of War Thunder for the NVIDIA Shield. Does anybody remember that thing?
Captured, we have the advantage.
Like the massively overpriced handheld
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
gaming console that NVIDIA made. It was several $100s for basically a handheld game controller with a screen like a hinged screen attached to it. Like running an Android operating system. And I remember Gaijin put like a huge amount of effort into developing for it. I just had a friend that just texted me and said, God, I am actually legally fucking retarded. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm tempted to just say you just figured this out. Oh shit. Oh god. What are you doing there? God, I am playing like garbage today. I am playing so badly, it's not even fucking funny. Congratulations, it's official? He's gonna need to go to the store for some burn cream after that one.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that.
Attack the decoy.
You only just noticed, huh? No amount of burnt cream can, no amount of burn cream can treat that fire.
We're controlling most of the zones.
Is it Wuta and how he got a flashlight stuck in his rifle? It's definitely Wuta Dalek. Why he's saying he's legally retarded? I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah.
Attention to the map!
He got a flashlight stuck in his rifle. Hang on a second, I have to see this. Hold the fuck up. Oh my god, he did it. Hang on, let me show this to you guys. I don't know how to explain this, but, yeah. Yeah. He got it stuck. He got it stuck in the magazine tube of his lapel. It looks like he finally actually got it out, though. He had to pry it out with his knife, apparently. I guess he was trying to see down the magazine tube or something. That's fucking hilarious. How the fuck do you do that? I don't know. I really don't.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
What are you doing, Stuffite? Trying to see if it was clean and he dropped it. Yeah, it's possible.
We have most of the zones.
By the way, I can't be the only one who sees like the wide tracks on the Panzer IVs and so on, and the Panzer IIIs, and just thinks that is fucking cursed. Like beyond all reasonable doubt, that is 100% fucking cursed. I don't know much about guns, but I'm sure the tactical flashlight doesn't belong there. Yeah, no, that's not normally where you put it. You just got big feet. It looks sexy. It just feels wrong. Shill Emperor Miles, what is your wisdom? 42. If you don't understand that reference, you really need to go read a book. Buddha's failed attempt to create a 40k las gun. I mean, flashlights, right? Ooh, I didn't think I was gonna hit that, to be honest. Panzer 3M is exposing its side with the large tracks. What a sloot. It's just some tasteful side boob.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
That's all it is, man. Just tasteful side boob.
Attention to the map.
Why did you make a super unicorn on the F2? Because I wanted to? Ah! I don't know who's shooting at me, but I don't like it. You ever just eat 10 shrimp and throw up an hour later? Nah. If my food doesn't have 4 legs, then oh shit. If my food ain't either chicken, or beef, or pork. It ain't food. Oh! Got him. Got him. Calculated. Fucking calculated. I didn't think I was gonna hit that. Yeah, -1 skill counter. Oh, Jesus Christ. -1 skill counter for that one. Yeah, I will fucking take that. Let's see here. I think we need some proper German music for this shit. Now I'm vibing. Okay, by the way, I can't tell, but it, like, Engineer, is this Hochdeutsch or is this Bavarian? I feel like this is Bavarian. I need to hit the ground before it ends! There we go. Got it. Yeah, this sounds definitely Bavarian to me. Oh, well, at least it's somewhat intelligible. Guys, I found an actual audio recording of Napalm Rat on Sundays.
Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort. Schei wie dei, wie du, wie dei, heide aber heit wird's lustig sein. Schei wie dei, wie du, wie dei, Madel häng die Beine rein. Schei wie dei, wie du, wie dei, auf geht's Burmann, Ost vor drei. Schei wie dei, wie du, wie dei, a Gaudi, das muss sein. Wenn die Musik spielt, das an die Leute alle froh. Wenn die Musik spielt, von Hamburg bis nach Mexiko. Wenn die Musik spielt, ja dann geht keiner vor. Weil die Musik, ja die Musik, hat immer das letzte Wort.
They're gonna copyright claim you for this? Yeah, they probably will, but I don't give a fuck. That's a lot of Pumas. Still waiting for Stuke 4? Yep. One day. Okay, what do we call a pack of Pumas? Do we call it a gaggle? A murder? Like, what do we call it? A sausage? A sausage of Pumas? A gangbang? A pack? Intelligent. Cancer Wheels, the Atrocity Squad. I still like a sausage. A sausage of Pumas.
Our victory is here.
With my buddy, it's the perfect game for Germans improving the production. Sounds like the perfect game for communists to me. I'm actually heavily considering getting Factorio. Should I? Oh, is this guy not fucking dead? There we go.
Attention to the designated grid square.
I probably should have shot the other guy, though. T-34 or T-29, your choice. Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things about Factorio.
Wenn es Nacht wird, wenn es kalt wird, bist du heute ganz allein. Du wirst heute einsam sein, denn du bist ja noch so klein. Deine Eltern sind gegangen und die Sehnsucht nimmt zurück. Ja, so
terrible bomb drop. What the fuck was that?
dein Blick ein bisschen glüh. Du wirst
Attention to the map.
noch das Leben, wenn der
I trying to stay moving.
God said cancer will get out of your body. Diabetes will get out of your body. And a baby will get into your body.
Woo! Woo! I'm so bad at this. Thanks for the 3 gifted subs, man. Appreciate it. Oh, I didn't kill his gunner. There we go. Worth. It was worth all of it. Transmission main here. Hans, the transmission broke. Hans. Der Kaffeesatz, Hans. Ich deiner Mutter. Wow. Okay, wir sind jetzt weiter. Ich nicht deiner Mutter, du Arschloch. The music got me soft. It's good music. It's good shit. I don't understand half of what they're saying, but it's good stuff. Oh God! Well, shit.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Honestly, Miles, I didn't take you for the kind of guy who would enjoy this kind of music. I'd probably enjoy it more because I don't know what they're saying half the time. Or, well, I could figure it out if I tried, but I don't know, it's kind of upbeat. I like it. Excuse me.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Which is this Spotify? Is there a link? Yes, there is actually. Here, I'll put it in the chat. There's a Spotify link in the chat. This kind of stuff is played at festivities a lot. Yeah, I figured as much. Sounds like pub music, I like it. That's pretty much what it is. Me and Jeremy knowing all the things they say. I mean, I'm sure they're just probably just singing about some good old times. Either they're singing about one of two things, like women, going out and enjoying the countryside, or more women. That's pretty much it. Or beer. Or beer. Or D, enjoying the countryside with women. Yeah.
The pressure on. Victory is close.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
What is woman? Good question. Supposedly they're a myth. But I can't confirm that.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Bruh. Hey. That's a KV2. Which an M22 locust is shooting at. He's being shot at by a fucking locust. Okay. You can actually hear the panties hitting the floor. No. Yeah, no, I can confirm that doesn't happen. That is more powerful music. Erika is overplayed, man. I mean, during my wearable years, that was like the music I woke up to in the morning. Like, I've moved past that. I have moved beyond Erika. Erika's a bit of a slut anyway. She's been around. I'm really actually getting a kick out of this tier, even though I'm not doing particularly well. Are you playing Hell Let Loose? Yes, I have Hell Let Loose. I just haven't played it very much. Hell Let Loose is one of those games that you definitely need to dedicate a pretty prodigious amount of time to if you want to get the most experience out of it, and you need to have a good group of people. Erika's bargain bin levels of wereabooism. Yeah, I was a total wereaboo back in the day. To some extent, I still am. I still really enjoy German language and culture and so on. And their vehicles. Really like their vehicles. But I like to think I've gotten a little bit wiser. And learned to appreciate a lot more. Where's my favorite map? Eastern Europe, by far. Or European province. Iron Armenian is now the Wereaboo CC. Wereaboo Weeb CC. feel like iron is probably what I would have turned into if I had continued to become like what the fuck? Okay. I feel like iron is what I would have turned into if I had continued down the wearaboo path. Like, I don't understand what his fascination is about the HE-162.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I don't know, maybe it's because I'm actually studying to be a historian that I
Enemy forces have
tend
captured
to look at things from a more, that I try to look at things from a more balanced perspective. Rather than all one perspective or another. So bad it's good, maybe? Yeah. I wouldn't even describe it like that.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Hoping. Here they come. Hello. Hans chilling in that Sonnenkraft Fahrzeug.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. We are losing. Allied forces have captured a zone.
You know what this music actually reminds me of? It reminds me of a lot of the it reminds me of a lot of Mexican folk music. Like mariachi bands. I'm actually getting mariachi vibes from this.
Most of the strategic zones are captured.
Of course, I live only a couple hours from the border, so that's probably why. Oh man, I could really go for some Mexican food right now. I could go for some carne asada, you know what I mean? Miles needs to get an anime body pillow. No. Please no. I saw a meme the other day, it was like, POV, you will die alone or something like that. Or you were dying alone. And it was just somebody showing off their entire collection of anime body pillows. It was really sad. Miles gets Dita body pillow. Well, Habsburg was the Emperor of Mexico for some time. This is true. I forgot about that.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Why were that fucking tree? It's fine! Oh. Shit. Skill counter. fucking slaps, I'm telling you. What the fuck is it, team? Man, our team got wrecked. Big stats. Dude, this music fucking slaps, man. Good shit.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
By the way, this is called Steile Men sound very good.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Oh, nice. This is fucking great music. It is, actually. Oh, balls. Ah. Save me, M22! Fuck. Fuck! This game could have gone way better. KV1 fuel tanks to the win. I hate those fucking fuel tanks. They get me every fucking time. Hi. Yay! I'm doing things. Oh, cool. Gotta cross this on the B-17A. Nice.
Enemy forces have captured
Needs more tuba. Needs more of that bass. That music timing, yeah.
Wo die Gapsen springen und die Jodler klingen, ja, da sind wir daheim, ja, da ist schön. Weil so ein Sonnenuntergang im Alpenland ist für uns schon allerweil das G.SKILL. Und im Frühjahr dann sitzen wir auf
Shut up! Let's go and get fruitful! Woo!
Triplet AZ, thanks for the 3 months of Prime, man.
Da kämen wir halt einfach mit ins Bett. Juhe auf der hohen Ulm, juhe auf der Niederdrüm, juhe bei der Senderin, juhe, wo ist schön. Juhe auf der hohen Ulm, juhe auf der Niederdrüm, juhe bei der Senderin, juhe, wo ist schön. Ja, wir haben eine Kultur und viel Natur.
Alright.
Die Berge, die lieben wir schon sehr. Doch die Neugierigkeit von manchen Leuten zu verstehen, das fällt uns halt leider schwer. Vom Süd und Norden kommen sie in Horden.
Ever, what do you think?
Nix auf. Ja, ein Jahr auf.
It's certainly not something I'm interested in. I can tell you that much.
Im Steigerland sind sie auf Tun. Juhe auf der hohen Ulm. Juhe, schau, wie's auf wie Bullen. Juhe,
This should be the soundtrack of War Factor. Just good vibes, man. That's what this music is, man. It's just good vibes. Gaijin couldn't put this in the game because it would have too good of vibes and people wouldn't rage at the game and spend money on it. That's why this isn't in the game. So people just need to realize they don't have the right voice to cover serious historical topics. I mean, my voice isn't perfect for that sort of thing. I don't have like a deep, rich voice like some friends I know. My voice is actually rather high pitched, actually. And that's part of the reason why I did the unicorn reviews with the text-to-speech, because I knew that if I had tried to create my channel using my own voice, I never would have gotten anywhere. Now that I've sort of established myself, I feel a lot more comfortable using my own voice. Insert Miles screen. This is not good. Ow. Oh, great, 2 Cromwells. They're just like, no, you're not allowed down front. This is actually, this actually should be a pretty decent vehicle against them. Actually, even better.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
JP2's arch enemy, normal cannons.
Attention to the map. Attention to the map.
Oh yeah, Bella Trow is in the game. Bella Trow is more sad though than anything. you premium. The rage. Yes. Let the hate flow through you. Oh, and that guy's dead. How do I kill what? I knew there was going to be a lot of vehicles coming down this flank, so this is precisely the reason I chose this vehicle.
Attention to the
The ENG, yeah. Give into Big Angie. By the way, there's a heavy tank camping our main spawn, which is not good.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Ah, it's KB2. Oh god, that's it. M10.
Most of the zones are under control.
Okay. This is just gonna turn into an awkward fight. Oh. Well, I got 6 of them. Considering how badly I fucked up a lot of their team, I'm alright with that.
The enemy is
I'll take it.
we must counterattack. Heading to the base.
How to die in every heavy tank, step 1, plan. Realistically speaking though, that was pretty much going to be the only easy way they were going to take me out. That M10 screwed up his shot big time. There he is. Okay. Ah, damn it. I thought it was going to travel a little... I thought that bomb was going to travel a little farther than it did. Were there no 90mm cannons mounted on American half-tracks? Not to my knowledge. They did try and build a, like a flak bus. They they took a Sherman hull and moved the engine forward and removed I think they removed the crew compartment, the fighting compartment, and they stuck a 90mm gun on it, like a 90mm anti-aircraft gun, with an open rear, like an open air rear end. I forget what it was. And the idea was to use it like the Germans had been using their flak bus 88s for like bunker busting and mobile anti-aircraft work. And they quickly looked at it and went, nah. Sherman Big Peepee. Yeah, see if I can. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Ich bin frei und bereit, auf viel Spaß hab ich Zeit, nur dafür Anständigkeit.
Ah, found
In
it.
jedem Städtchen, da gibt es Mädchen, die sind zum Tanzen und Küssen da. In jedem Städtchen, da sind die Mädchen, die gern
Yeah,
alleine das
T-53 E1.
Ich hab die ganze Nacht. Oh, Katharina.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Ja, nur an dich gedacht. Oh, Katharina,
This thing.
du bist mein Ideal. Oh, Katharina, die gibt es nur.
It's yeah. Yeah, the idea was to make a chassis mounting a 90mm anti-aircraft gun that could be used for bunker busting, anti-tank work, and anti-aircraft work. Oh yeah. Also witness the priest with a 76.
Das Glück mir bei. Irgendwann nirgendwo brennt ein Herzlichterloh bei
Just utterly cursed, yeah.
Auf zum Tanz, auf zum Spiel, schöne Mädchen gibt's viel. Ich brauch heute nicht allein zu sein. In diesem Städtchen,
Seriously, you could write a whole dissertation on some of the shit that they experimented with on Shermans.
in diesem Städtchen, da sind
I think it was in Battlefield 1942 and I loved it.
das ganze Jahr. Katharina, ich hab die ganze Nacht. Oh, Katharina.
I feel like the T-53 E1 would be like the perfect event vehicle though, or premium. Like a tier 3 5.7 premium. It would work kind of like an ass horn. Like, you get a really, really powerful 90mm gun, but you get it at a much lower tier.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Returning to the base.
Du bist mein Ideal. Oh, Katharina,
The 146 wanted me to play the T-34/P-29, so we'll do that right after this. Answer with Panther 75mm, please.
Attention to the map. Attacking point.
Got him. I could have gone after the T-34, but I realized if I had tried to go after him, I would have pulled up right into the crane. Oh well. Damn it! I didn't get credit for the kill. He survived just long enough. Oh well. I have free will, all things considered. Okay. Extra 7500 GE, I'll take it. Okay.
Was ihn dazu trieb, dass es niederschrie, heißt ich hab dich lieb. Marianlande, aus dem Wachauer Lande, dein lieber Name klingt schon wie ein Liebeswort. Marianlande, du hast mein Herz am Wandel, du hältst es fest und lässt es nie mehr wieder fort. Und jedes Jahr stell ich mich ein, dann ist der Donaustrom nicht schuld und nicht der Wein. Ins Wachauer
Alright, let's see here.
zieht mich mein Marianlande, denn sie wird ganz mein Marianne sein.
This sounds like some weeb shit? Nah. Unlike Japan, which uses predominantly 5-year-old girls to do most of their singing, there's actually some proper women singing this one. Medicinal M4A1 Sherman. I'm allowed to formulate a well-regulated militia. You have an A-10 Warthog! I was exercising my Second Amendment rights. Hey, I was just exercising my Second Amendment rights, and then you had to go flip out on me.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Very suspicious. The fact that nobody came this way is weird.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
the fuck is this guy? Hello? God damn it. Isn't that a Postal 2 quote, which is extra sad for me because I can't play that game since it's not available in Germany? Yes, it is a Postal 2 quote. Hey, I was just exercising my Second Amendment rights and you had to flip out on me. Therefore, A3E8 with better power weight than the Hellcat? Oh god. Oh god. That's a terrifying thought. That has to come from the Jagd Panther. Or something like that. Oh, there he is. There's the Jagd Panther. Fuck, I missed him. Really? I mean, he didn't kill me, but fuck, he like nailed me with the first shot. He's popped smoke.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Alright, where'd this guy run off to? If I had to guess, probably went into the town.
Attention to the map.
Probably. It's possible he went down here.
Grid square. Excellent. Bravo. Attention
Oh, hello.
designated grid square.
There's an RU-251 right here.
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me? There we go. Okay, the fact that these hulks will absorb every single shell that you put at them, that you fire at them, is kind of bullshit. Like, it should provide some cover, but it shouldn't provide enough cover for that, like, a little fender will stop a 120mm shell. Well, there's only songs. There's only 20 songs in this whole thing. Are you kidding me? Why is it I can't seem to hit anything important these days? You do have to damage something, though. There we go. Finally. Jesus Christ. God. Would somebody please just take out this fucking thing? Of course, the only thing that he hits on me is my fucking engine. I credit him. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Ah, he crashed too. Damn it! I'm more annoyed than anything else. You know what? Don't worry, we got the vibes. Well, that's a relief. That's a relief. At least you guys got the vibes.
Forces have captured the zone. A little more effort and victory will be yours. Attention to the map!
That works. Oh, okay. I just got credit for the J21. He's not pulling up out of that one. Yes. Just managed to get him before the game ended.
Awesome!
Well, that was a terrible ground battle. That was absolutely horrible as far as ground forces was concerned, but not too bad as far as air forces is concerned. 50 cal ammo? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough shekels. Gaijin be like, sorry, Miles, I don't give free kills. Come back when you're a little, richer. Here, you want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have $60. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's play another game of the T-29, because that fucking sucked. That's a quality shitpost right there. I still cannot wait for a T29, the T29 E3, which has the big old range-finding ears. I really want that in the game. By the way, this is going to be the last one for today. base distance counters are annoying. What? I'm not sure if I understand that logic. This Tex 85 MLRS is, I love his name, the newbie player. That's great. My APHE to the rangefinder ears. Gaijin would do something like that, too. Oh, that was a terrible shot. I would have thought my round would have had a little bit more flight time than that. Hello? Oh man, that would have been a perfect shot with this Panther. From this Yeti Panther. Ah! If I'd only been... Wait? Hang on. No penetration, are you kidding me? Oh, of course I hit the gun barrel. He managed to get behind cover. Stirring mill back there. Lol. Nice beam. That was just the overall accuracy screen with me right there. Oh, that was a perfect shot. Wonder where the Shuri Mill ran off to. Because he was hanging out right here next to the Walker Bulldog, but I wanted to take out the King Tiger. He's got gone somewhere else. Alright. I'm going to move. Woo. Keep moving. That was a King Tiger, or that was a Yag Tiger. Oh, music is gone. Hang on.
To the map.
There we go. Stealth music. Nice. That Yag Tinker did the exact thing that I wanted him to do. Don't worry guys, vibes are back. I got you.
Attention to the map.
play 9.3? I'm not going to get to it today, classified info. This is going to be the last game of the stream. Holy shit, the MLRS is still alive. Huh. Good on him, man. That's awesome. I didn't have high hopes for him, but hey, he seems to be making it work.
Attention to the map.
Come on. Okay, I'm going to need to ram this in order
Attention to the map.
I fucked up. Alright, we're good. Oh, come on.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Are you kidding me? Really? A piece of sheet metal stopped my shell. Do you mind? Well, I'm gonna take as much. Yeah, I was gonna try and take as much damage as I could before I went down. That M41 Walker Prologue should have fucking died. There's no reason that piece of sheet metal should have stopped my shell. Should have taken more bombs. Oh yeah, I forgot the radar on this thing is just like all sorts of nuts. By the way, this is a massive fucking plane. I'm gonna take out this Ferdinand here on the corner. Alright, got the Ferdinand. Oh, well, game's over. Oh, that was an okay game. Nothing crazy good. Gaijin makes the best maps. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, okay. Nice. Anyways, I think with that one, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, thank you guys to all who showed up, especially all who subscribed. I'm so bad at this. Thank you for the 3 gifted subs, man. That's really, really kind of you. I really appreciate that. Thanks to Steel Wolf who donated, and thanks to all you guys who showed up, even if you didn't participate, even if you didn't say a single word during the whole stream. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate that. Anyways, I will be back on Wednesday. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because tomorrow I have an essay that I need to finish because it's actually due Tuesday night, but it becomes available on Monday, and I'm going to be in classes all day Tuesday, so I want to make sure that I've got all of Monday available for me to work on that. Anyways, thank you guys, and have a great week.
Wir sehen uns wieder.
und bitte nicht leb wohl. La 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 la. Wir sehen uns wieder im schönen Land Tirol. Drum sag auf Wiedersehen und bitte nicht leb wohl.
Wenn es Nacht wird, wenn es kalt wird, bist du heute ganz allein.